Oh, all right. So it's 12 o'clock. We were going to get started. Welcome, everyone, to this edition of Accelerating Your Journey. My name is Benny Ferguson. This is a consciousness ascending production. I channel the non physical collective known as Abraham. I've been channeling since about 2012, channeling Abraham shortly after, and we are excited to be here. Extremely excited to be here. Extremely excited for those of you who will be joining us live, supporting the creation of this interaction with your energies. We're excited for those of you who have found this recording, the replay, and are allowing us to support you at that moment in this fashion. If you find value in this interaction and you're new, be sure to subscribe. Be sure to subscribe. Check the description for other ways to connect. We offer our conscious discussions. The next one is tomorrow, where we actually have live conversations via Zoom. You have to register to get the Zoom information so that you can participate in that. We offer private sessions in which, our main goal is to be of support. So if you're inspired to connect with us on a more personal level, you set the investment. Once the session is over, whatever you are inspired to, you are able to invest that on one of our pages. We will get that information to you. But again, you set the investment. If you're inspired, make the connection. Let's get together. Let's have a conversation. Let's allow us to support you in discovering resistance, getting clear on your intentions, and all of those things. We just got off of a call, an amazing call. Let's see, the gentleman had questions about his purpose. He's 60 years old. Had questions about his purpose. Had questions about his creating lack in the idea of abundance, creating relationships that are not sustainable. He had questions about his ability to channel, because he's heard from us and others that everyone can channel. And so he had questions about his ability to channel, and we addressed all of those ideas. We addressed, and he was able to see the conflict that was standing between him. He channeled his inner being during the session. These are things that each of you have right in front of you, the ability to create the life experiences that you desire, but you must walk the path of releasing the resistance. It adds, if you're able to communicate with your inner being and get that level of guidance, to put the tools to play in your releasing and sowing of new ideas, ideas that are more congruent, ideas that are more supportive of the being that you are intending to be and the experiences that you are intending to create. They're all available for you. Most of you have been on this path that we come in contact with, have been on this path for a long time, and you have so much information, but the pieces are just not coming together for you. And that's the challenge. And that idea alone is creating conflict inside of you. You know that you know, you accept that you know, but the pieces, the puzzle pieces, are not coming together in a way that you can see everything in front of you and begin to really trod the path from a place of understanding. Right now, you're in a state of confusion instead of understanding that allows you to move quickly from A to B to C to D in your ability to discover your truth in source and create the experiences that you desire. And that's why it's important to really consider the Ascension Accelerator, our private community, where we are supporting people right now who are accelerating the process. A year is not a long time in comparison to all of the years that you've been engaged in this type of information and are still not seeing the type of creations in your experiences that you're actually intending. 6 months, a year to see dramatic growth and to know that you're doing the right things and to be supported with consistency and at a high level. This is what accelerates the process. But wherever you are, to what degree you are inspired to interact with us is perfect. And we're excited for you. Today's topic. Today's topic is division within the castle. You are in conflict with yourself. Let's talk about it. You have to know that the castle, you, your inner being and all that you contain, your thoughts, your emotions, your feelings that are all dictated by dominant ideas, beliefs, many of which have been were sown when you were a child, is all that matters. There's nothing outside of you. All that is outside of you is appearing because of you, whether it's through your intentions or through just your consistent offering of vibrational expression to which aligns you with experience, with people, with events, with interactions. It's all the result of you. First and foremost, your feeling expression. Second, the thought forms that you are entertaining with consistency, holding your attention on. So, when you begin to understand this, when you begin to accept this, it's critical that you begin to turn your attention into the castle that is you and the many, many rooms inside of that castle that may or may not be holding cobwebs, dust, and dirt that is in conflict with the beautiful electric expression of the truth of you. That which we suggest is what stands between you and the relationships. It's what stands between you and the abundance. It's what stands between you and the health and well being. It's what stands between you and the success that you seek, whatever that means to you. The conflict that can be presented as the expressing of the absence of value, the absence of worth. The conflict that can be seen as the expression of an abundance of the belief in scarcity, an abundance of the belief in dis-ease. Wow, that's a big one right now on your plane of existence. Dis-ease. The many ideas of dis-ease that are present, the potential, the fear of the potential of dis-ease is a challenge. How many of you are carrying the conditioning of that is fearful, hesitant of the potential of a dis-ease? We want to break something down for you real quick that is and is often lingering division within the castle. Someone close to Benny is receiving what you call dialysis to clean the blood in the kidney idea. This is an older individual, but the conversation was had this past weekend over your Father's Day about the idea of the dialysis and the treatment and where it's being received. And the individual communicated that the place they go to receive the treatment has a capacity of 60 people. And when they go there, that it's always full. There's 60 people there. And these are not just any specific type of person. This is not exclusive of any race, of any sex of people, right? Human beings are being affected by this belief in the potential of dis-ease. They're experiencing this idea in which they go to this location for treatment. So the capacity is 60. It's always full. The rooms are always full. And people come in shifts over the period of time that this location is open on a specific date. This individual goes in early in the morning, like 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning. And all of the other people come in at the same time, and they're there for their specific time period, the few hours. And then when they leave, another group comes in. The location is full, filled to capacity. They receive their treatment, and then probably another group comes in before it's time for that location to close for the evening. And so we want to, for those of you who are thoughtful, we want to pose the question, how does this dis-ease persist when the body is constantly changing? The cells in your body, the cells in your body are constantly renewing themselves. There is a specific documented period of time that passes to which it is known that you have a new body. All of the cells have replicated. Old cells have died. New cells have been born. Your skin, is constantly renewing itself. Old cells are dead. New cells are born and they are multiplying. Every cell, from your blood to the other chemicals, fluids in your body, the cells of your muscles, the cells of your bones, the cells of your organs. All of these things are made up of cells, yes, that are renewing themselves. So if a cell is renewing itself, and over a specific period of time, in January you had certain cells that were making up your body. Now in June, you have a different set of cells that are making up your body. Follow us. So in that time frame of the transition of old cells to new cells, you have a new body at the cellular level. How does a dis-ease persist when you have a different body now than you had 6 months ago? It's because the idea of the belief in the potential of a dis-ease. It's because of the ideas that source the low level vibration that are perfect, fertile ground for the expressing of this dis-ease physically within the body persist. The challenges are in the idea structures that you're holding inside of your mind and body, not the body itself. For over specific period of time, in a specific period of time, you have a new body at the cellular level. So how does any dis-ease persist in the body if you have a new body? It's because the ideas persist. And the vibration that you express as a result of those ideas persists. This is the epitome of division within the castle. Division, ideas, conflict, resistance to the truth of you that is whole, that is well, that is pure, that is perfect, and expressing of that level frequency. And these are the same type ideas that exist that separate you, that are in conflict with any experience that you desire. Those specific in that example are in conflict to the well-being under that is under that is persistent for each of you, that at this moment is under the belief of dis-ease in your idea of abundance. Abundance is true. Abundance is consistently being expressed of source, effortlessly, naturally. You can look out your windows and see abundance being expressed constantly. What separates you from it in your own individual life, and think about it, you're not separate from it in every way in your individual lives. You have an abundance of food. Most of you, you have an abundance of clothes. You're constantly being gifted things of that nature. You have an abundance of things over here, even though you may or may not feel as though you are abundant. You are abundant whether you feel like or your perception says you have an abundance of finances or not. You still have abundance in certain areas. Your play and practice is to connect with the feeling of abundance that you're experiencing, or the abundance that is constantly in flow and in motion that you can observe in nature. And if you connect with that wholly, then every area of your life will fill in to be the level of abundance expressed that you desire. Understand that money is just a construct. It's a man made, mental, human made construct that fills in beautifully when you believe wholly in the idea of abundance. That is your truth. But many of you right now are believing in the absence of it, specifically the absence of money, abundance, which means you're believing in a lack and scarcity of it, and therefore you are creating an abundance of lack and scarcity, an abundance of lack and scarcity. And that's the vision within the castle because abundance is your truth. The truth of you and source is connected to source wholly, and abundance is the truth. It has to be. It is. When you look out into nature, you can see it. And if you feel closely, you can feel it. It's movement. It's not stagnant. It's movement. It's a flow. And it's constantly flowing through you in certain ways. And in other ways, you're allowing the abundance to flow through you, but manifest in undesired ways. But there is division in the castle. You've been conditioned to it. You've been programmed to it. It's been sown into you ever since, even before you were born, through the vibrational expressions of the parents and those that you were in close proximity to, even before you were born. You were in their energies. And if they were high vibration and beautiful, that is what you were playing with. If they were low vibrational, that is what you were playing with. Thus, potentially creating division in the castle. So, how do you stop being in conflict with yourself? How do you begin to discover this conflict, this division within the castle, the temple that is you, so that you can begin to breathe and express the truth of you in its fullness and in all of its glory? Well, the first thing you have to do is to begin to put yourself in position to for that division to be revealed, right? Because much of it now is unconscious. It's below the surface. And therefore you do not even have a perception of it. So you can do that by being still and beginning to entertain the idea and the feel of things that you actually would desire to experience. And when you do that, the first thing that happens is the resistance within you begins to show its face. Whether it's born of low self value, low self worth, whether it's ideas of lack and scarcity, whether it's disbelief, whether it's ideas of broken relationship and all that that looks like because that has been your norm. These ideas begin to reveal themselves when you entertain the idea of high financial abundance, when you begin to entertain the idea potential of beautiful, exquisite relationship, when you begin to entertain the idea of health and well-being and what it looks like to be that, what it looks like to eat from that space, to drink from that space, to communicate about you from that space. The minute you begin to entertain the idea of anything desired, the first thing that begins to reveal itself is that which is within you that is in conflict with that desire. You may have imagery, you may see thought patterns, you may trigger a feeling, and that's perfect. That's perfect. You need to take note of it and begin the play and practice of releasing those ideas while simultaneously asking, who am I that is creating this experience that I desire? What are the dominant ideas that are driving that expression? and then begin to sow those ideas as your truth at the same time that you are releasing, that you are detaching, that you are separating yourself from that which is in conflict to who you intend to be, what you intend to do, and that which you intend to have as experience. But the castle is beautiful. The castle is perfect. The castle has an excellent foundation born of source. It has everything that's needed to create the experiences you desire. But the rooms, the division within the castle is what makes it dark. It's what darkens the room. It's what clouds one's ability to navigate the castle cleanly and freely. And that's what's stifling your connection with the experiences you actually desire to create. The more you clear the castle of clutter, the more you clear it of fear, the more you clear it of the distractions and all of the things that separate you from your intentions, the more light is able to shine through. And the more light is able to shine through and be expressed, the more powerful you are to create experience, the more free you are to act on your inspirations that are in high alignment with that which you are intending. And that, in a nutshell, is the process. That, in a nutshell, is the challenge and how to address it. But the division is within the castle. And until you begin to address that which is inside, you are in conflict with yourself. The individual that we just were speaking with was in high conflict with himself just through his job position. The job position that he was working in, is not in alignment with his core beliefs and what he desires to express into the world. And so when he's on the job site, when he's at home, ever thinking about his job position, potentially desiring to do something else, be somewhere else, he's in conflict and he's resonating from that place, which in turn doesn't just take him out of alignment with his job, it takes him out of alignment, period, because of the frequencies that he is offering. How you're feeling doesn't just take you out of alignment with that specific thing. In the present moment, if you're out of alignment, frequency wise, whether that is sourced from a relationship you're unhappy with, or a job you're unhappy with, or your own health and well being that you're unhappy with, you are out of alignment, period. Not just with that thing, but with everything that is born of a higher vibration that you might desire. Now, what you are in alignment with is with everything that feels and is born of that level of vibrational expression, which should be enough to make you say, you know what, I don't want that. Let me always try to make sure that I'm in a higher vibration than this. But some of you are not there. And you first need the awareness that when a thing takes you out of alignment, you're out of alignment vibrationally. You're in alignment vibrationally with everything that feels this way, which is not good, which is probably not what you want. And you're also not in alignment with anything that you do want, because everything that you do want feels better than how you're feeling right now. Benny is entertaining videos on YouTube of beautiful sceneries, beautiful locations around the world, not because he specifically wants to go there or be there, but because of the feeling that it invokes inside of him. He's already aware that that feeling is not the feeling that he's normally walking around in and expressing. And so he is cultivating the feeling, conditioning himself more and more to that feeling, which places him more and more in alignment with abundance, purely expressed of source. It carries a feeling. Embody the feeling. Play with the releasing of anything that comes up inside the mind and body that's in conflict with the feeling, so that you can more consistently be the expresser of the feeling. And guess what? The feeling of beautiful landscapes, beautiful locations around the world places you in alignment, not just with those things, but in alignment with everything that is of that frequency and tone. It's beautiful, it's excellent, it's exquisite, it's infinite, it's eternal, it's magnificent, it's powerful, it's beautiful, it's loving without conditions, it's detached, it's free. And all of these things are you. All of these ideas are you that are already inside of you, that are expressed through you more and more and more and more, the more you clear the resistance, the more you remove the division from the castle. So we'll pause there and we will open the floor for any questions, comments, or anything that you may have been inspired to during the course of this interaction. Just throw it in the chat and we will spend some time discussing those ideas. Excellent. Hello, Catherine. Catherine says, I've been meditating, praying for peace and kindness and light in the world. And then another war started. It makes me feel like I'm not helping. This is my conflict right now. Yes, excellent. But the truth is that you are helping. For your energy, your vibrational expression expressed purely through you ventures out into the world and it touches and it spurs and it inspires those who are able to receive it, those who are able to perceive it, whether in their mind and body. You have to trust that. You have to know that. Play with it. If you don't trust it, if you don't know it, if it's just a nice idea, play with it in your immediate surroundings when you go to the store. Be in a high frequency, be in a high vibration, and observe the happenings around you. Observe what it aligns you with. Observe the feel and the tone of the people that you come in contact with, that you interact with. Observe. And after a while, it will begin to hit you as this can't be coincidence that I meet these type of people. I've been meeting these type of people. I've been having these types of experiences. And they match very, very closely in feeling that which I am expressing, the love and the light and the joy and the excitement. And there's a point where you get to where it cannot be coincidence. And then from that place, you continue to express your love into the world with the knowing that you are affecting change, that the change you desire, with the knowing that you are affecting the shift of humanity into higher and higher vibration, because you have seen the effects of your expressing in your close environment, there is no difference. Your energies expressed flow out infinitely. So yes, the entire world is beyond the capacity of your physical senses to perceive impact and effect. You have to just know that you are, so that you're not discouraged. You have to know that there are others just like you who are offering the same type energy to the world. And knowing that should be inspiration to be more and more consistent at it, in hopes that others are being consistent at it, and hopes and knowing that there's a point where the beauty that you are expressing and that others are expressing will reach a critical mass in which those energies are higher and bigger and more than anything else that's being expressed in the world. But you have to believe that first. You have to know it first. And that's what allows you to be consistent in your expression, whether you physically see impact or not. Excellent, excellent thought, comment. Excellent. Thank you for that. Yep. Anyone else? Anyone else have question, comment, or were inspired to an idea? Awesome. If not, we are excited and extremely grateful for each of you who have participated, supported us in creating this interaction with your energies. We're thankful again for those of you who have followed through on listening in its entirety, who have found the replay. Thank you for allowing us to be of support. Be sure to check the description and join us for a live conversation via Zoom, where you will find answers to questions through us and others participating that you didn't even know that you were inspired to ask. Be privy to information flowing in abundance that will support you and spur you and launch you forward down the path of growth and expansion in a way that you had not imagined possible. If you are inspired, check out our the opportunity to have a more personal interaction through our private sessions in which you set the investment at the end of the session based on the level of value you believe you've received. There should be no hesitation there. But again, wherever you are, we're excited for you. We love you very much. The next conscious discussion is tomorrow, so we will be back here in this fashion for another edition of Accelerating Your Journey on Thursday. Everyone have a fantastic day, and we will talk to you soon.